And you'll see the puppies tomorrow. But it's for me, being in Henderson, Nevada, and showing the facility where your products are made. I'm very proud of the fact that that facility, it's a showpiece. It's spick and span. It's pristine. It's clean. It's like no other vitamin manufacturing facility in the world, and that's something that I look forward to being able to showing off and sharing with you, hopefully the early part of next year.
Well, we're going to be showing off our Healthy Hair, Skin and Nails Today special. We're about 15 minutes away from the launch, the biggest today's special of the year, so stay with us for that. We want to spend a moment here. I think in this show, there's been 3 particular items that I take every day. This is one of them. This is the brand new, or the newer version of our Ultimate Friendly Flora. Quite simply the best probiotic you can buy, and there's a lot that I'd love for you to hear about this product, because this is so crucial. Andrew, we hear the term probiotic, and I believe you told me, doesn't that mean for life?
A probiotic, yes, in a way it does. What it really means to me, probiotic, it means that we have, and don't let this frighten you, because they're friendly, that's why we call it Friendly Flora, that you have more organisms living, say, in your colon, in your large intestine. You have more organisms living there, and a healthy colon certainly does have more organisms living there than you have cells in your body.
Wow.
So we might think that we're just this little vessel, and the only time there's anything else living inside us is if it's some scary bacteria or virus. No, a critical part of who we are, all of us, are these organisms that live in our gut and also live in all our openings of our body, because it's a critical part of how our immune system functions. So what's fascinating about this, as I said before, so more organisms live in our colon than we have cells in our body. So that has to communicate to you that those organisms are critical to how we feel and how we function. Our body is not designed by accident. This is not an accident, so it's something very real that is part of our digestive system, part of our immune system. The other fascinating research that was just performed lately, as we all know, we could do all these genetic analyses, and they could look at our genetics, our DNA, and they could tell us what our risk of diseases are and what our health risks are as we get older, and maybe they could tell us what time we're, how many years later we're likely to live, or things like that. So there's all sorts of predictions they can make from our genetics about our health and our disease risk and our longevity. Not surprising, we've been reading about that for decades. But do you realize that scientists can look at the genetics of the friendly flora in your gut, and they can make a more accurate prediction of our health, our well-being, our risk of disease, and our longevity? So again, these are our friends, and we need to do everything we can, and unfortunately most of what we do is not in their favor. We're not treating them very kindly. But we need to do everything we can to support a healthy balance. This product is designed specifically based upon the most clinically established, also the most stable forms of probiotics of Friendly Flora, to return and maintain that healthy balance of probiotics that's critical for healthy digestion, which most of us don't possess, and critical for a healthy immune system that most of us truly want to possess right now.
Pricing is amazing as well, $30.69 to your $180. Big savings, not expensive when you think about what's in here, how incredibly powerful it is as well. I want to just quickly read something, if I may, Andrew. This is the card that I had when I first presented this product with you a few years ago. But at that time, you had said something in particular that turned me on to this. You talked about something a lot of us can relate to, antacids, proton pump inhibitors, and you talked about how it can in many ways upset the pH in our stomach. And you made sense of the fact that it's challenging for the Friendly Flora to populate. And by having this, you're giving yourself a little bit of an advantage. And that was something that I was going through at that time, and it really made this an essential for me at home.
Yeah, and I would say for those of us who have to take proton pump inhibitors, we need to focus on a probiotic. And
right.
In fact, for those of us taking proton pump inhibitors, it would be something that a lot of folks consider them drugs without side effects, like popping candy. Absolutely not the case. There are all sorts of every drug comes with a side effect. So what I would simply say is if you're taking proton pump inhibitors, talk to your doctor, work with your doctor, because it's something that there should be an exit strategy, perhaps.
Right.
There are certain issues that mean that you can't, but again, I think oftentimes in this country, we underestimate the consequences of the drugs we take, and certainly proton pump inhibitors, they significantly affect the pH, the acid, the alkalinity of our gut. And when you start changing the pH, as they say, it's not nice to fool with Mother Nature. When you start changing the pH in your gut, you start changing the critical environment. The most critical aspect of that environment for the probiotics, it's pH. Temperature doesn't vary, it's pH. So changing the acidity, the alkalinity has a significant impact. And then, of course, the other wonderful, nice thing we do for our probiotics is how we eat. And eating things like cruciferous vegetables, eating things like lentils, eating things like legumes. These are things that do wonderful, they're the food that these wonderful organisms rely upon to nourish themselves and to maintain a healthy balance. So starting with our Ultimate Friendly Flora product, which of course gives you over 25 billion colony-forming units, that's billion with a B, and of course it's tested for its stability in the bottle, it's tested for its stability in the body as well, so it delivers the benefits you seek.
We're going to move on. We have 2 more items left. Thank you for all of your orders on our Ultimate Friendly Flora. Don't forget, if you get a chance, leave a review. We love seeing the reviews. Andrew loves your feedback, the good feedback.